What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now, in today's video, I want to give you an updated opinion on what I mentioned in the last Bitcoin video, where we were talking about what its price was doing and what I personally am doing. So I just want to update you on that video, talk a little bit more now that we have some updated price movement, price metrics, structure, and much more. So with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. So what we can see here is that Bitcoin's price is now within the 618 to 786 zone I was telling you all about in the last video. Now, as a quick recap, what we talked about was the fact that Bitcoin was retracing this move here, of course, from its all-time high all the way down to the low that we put in May 1st. Now, I said, of course, that Bitcoin has been making some absolutely beautiful moves, giving us this bullish structure, putting in this structure in which it does seem as if it wants to break to the upside, but there were going to be a couple obstacles in the way. But I said none of those obstacles are going to serve as strong as this zone between the 618 to 786 Fibonacci box, but between the price range of $70,300 and $67,000. I said this range that's about roughly $3,300 is going to be incredibly difficult for Bitcoin to break. But once it's capable of breaking it, the door to the upside is open, and I think a move up to $79,000 is in place for Bitcoin once we're able to do it. And what you can see here is that Bitcoin is now starting to seemingly get rejected off of this zone that we talked about. In the last video, we were right here in this little green pump box, and I said, look, in this green candle, I know things feel great, but I personally am a little bit skeptical. I think Bitcoin's going to run into some resistance, and so as a result of that, I'm not doing any buying quite yet. I'm not going to continue resuming my buying until one of two things happens. We either pull back to the downside to backtest some support, or we come back up and we clear this resistance right here. But while we're sitting within or right under this box, I'm not buying because the likelihood of rejection is very high. And what you can see here is that it seems as if the rejection chances are getting more and more likely as the week approaches. The reason I say that is because you can see that we got these wicks into the zone. Bitcoin's been unable to enter into this box, and so although that doesn't guarantee that a pullback's going to happen, it just means that the likelihood is becoming more and more likely. Now, on top of that, if we do look at our daily MACD, what you can see is that now we are starting to show early signs of a loss of momentum, in the sense that we were in the green, light green. And once you start getting light green, historically speaking, you can see that generally means that we're going to see some type of rollover in the price. It doesn't always guarantee it, but it does mean that momentum is slowing down as your moving averages are converging towards each other. And so because of that, knowing that we are seeing the struggle here and we're seeing our MACD showing signs that we are getting, of course, a slowdown in momentum, I definitely am getting prepared for the idea that we might see Bitcoin, pull back towards the lower side. So my current strategy is that, one, if I'm wrong and Bitcoin continues upwards, I'm still not going to buy until we can convincingly break $70,000 and avoid some type of possible pullback to the low 60,000s. Because while we're in this box, we can get shot down to the $60,000 range very fast. So I'm not buying while we're in here. I want to see us either clear it or I want to see us pull back. Okay. Now that's option number one. If it breaks the upside, if I'm wrong, if we continue upwards, I'm still not buying until we clear 70.3K. Okay. If Bitcoin's price does continue back downwards, if what seems like it's possibly building up does happen, and we see Bitcoin's price pulling back, I'm going to start doing some accumulating at $64.5 thousand. I think that Bitcoin's going to give a hell of a try at trying to hold some support here, and I think if we can successfully flip this previous point of resistance into support, that'll give us enough of a foundation to make another run to the upside and get us closer to breaking to our goal of breaking 70.3K. So overall, I'm still not doing anything. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict what's going to happen. I can just tell you what's more probable based off of a realm of possibilities, and possibility wise, it seems like it's more likely that we're going to pull back here and use this point of resistance to come back and backtest some support. But again, that's purely an educated guess at best. So current strategy for me, sit back and watch. Let this play out and then base my actions off what this market gives me. I'm either accumulating here or I'm going along up here. Much bigger buys here than they would be here. But overall, of course, I will continue to update you as we do get closer and closer to this move happening once we do have some more structural clarity. And so with that in mind, guys, I hope you guys do enjoy these quick, straight to the point updates. If you do, please do let me know. I have 2 more videos dropping for you today, one on Solana, one on Render. So make sure that you do tune in for those. Turn on notifications when you do subscribe, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. See you later, everybody.